and we will be on Thar this time, which is the starting map for the finals in 3rd place. However, the 3rd place game will go straight to Festive Present 2 version 2 because Team Angry Nubs has dropped out. But this will be on duel, will be between the Carbon team in the upper left-hand corner. It will be Turkleton in the Pumpkin Saucer and NuclearPizza in the Shark Helix, and their opponents, the green team in the bottom right-hand corner, Broadside in the Alpha Striker, and Tangibility in the Classic Striker. So Broadside and Tangi still going with their double striker. You know, Tangi going previously in this tournament has been going Helix, yes. Brain fart there. But he has been going Helix, you know, as been seen by Festive Present 2. Obviously, you know, having Helix and, you know, NuclearPizza is a Helix right now, it's such a good utility mech to have to ward a mech, other mechs away from any ground attack that they might have. Pretty typical openings here for both teams. Is there a lunchbox? Yes, a lunchbox on the field for just the green team. No pre-built lunchbox for the Carbon team. Oh, man. Defense is going down. Looks like Turkleton is bringing Gemini to the mid fight, going straight for the mid. Tangi is doing a quick scout for that. Oh, and he was not able to finish off that Gemini. Oh, well, he wasn't even landed. Was he even landed? But either way, we did have Tangi there doing a little bit of harass. Broadside trying to kill something in the air, not able to get it. So we do have Mimo going straight for the mid, not even flinching. And Broadside and Tangi kind of are just going for they're going for their close. So it will be able to, I mean, I don't know, the going straight for one of the corners or the mid is, I would say, the meta choice at this point. And Broadside and Tangi are, I mean, to start the mid fight right now would be kind of a weird move because, you know, Mimo obviously is way ahead, and there is not really going to be the same kind of mid fight as you typically are used to seeing when both players, or when both teams approach them at the same time. What's going to happen is Broadside and Tangi might start an artillery battle. However, they haven't been really doing that this entire tournament. They've pretty much been going with a little bit of Archies, a jammer, and mostly tanks. But the jammers, you know, definitely had a lot of jammers out just to combat against artillery and not to counter artillery play. You know, so NuclearPizza trying to snipe that Jackal, Joker. I'll never get that right. But not able to do it. Tangi was there and does force him out of the area. Defense is going down by by Team Wing Walruses, and they are probably going to go for the island at this point, doing a little bit of harass with a little bit of creep drop. Whoa, were they able to get? Was there never a moneymaker there? I would have expected a moneymaker there. The Carbon team has not gone for their top outpost quite yet, and NuclearPizza has scouted that Broadside and Tangi are starting to go for the bottom left island. Let's see if they actually try to contest them, or if they try to go in a different direction. That's probably that's one of the reasons I really like Thar. There are so many ways to approach the map, and not necessarily ways, but I guess there's a lot of avenues of approach. You can go straight for the corners, you can go straight for the mid, you can go defensive, you can go for the cheese. There are so many ways. You can even go for the neutral cheese. Going for the, you know, for example, this neutral outpost that starts out as neutral, but we already have tanks being pushed out to the right outpost by Memento Mori, and oh, they are also distracting with a couple of drops at the fort, but NuclearPizza actually really low on health, going to be high load here. Tangi will be able to get this finish in the air, but there are a lot of tanks surrounding this green fort, or this green outpost, and Turkleton with his death ray, they will, okay, does get neutralized, but I don't think this really will, you know, get this outpost under their control. It's a little bit interesting because they pushed kind of everything, so this wasn't really that much for distraction purposes. They were actually going for that right outpost. I don't know if they scouted it or not. I mean, I would assume so, just because these players are, I mean, they know exactly how to approach, you know, and you know, just AirMech 101, scout first, especially because it's so quick to scout. You know, a mech can fly back and forth in a matter of seconds, and it's not like trying to, you know, in a different map like StarCraft, or a different game like StarCraft or Dota, where you literally have to move your guys there. You know, I mean, you can move your guys there here, but you move so much faster, and it's a little bit ridiculous how fast that happens. And the green team already moving out from the bottom island. I'm not sure why they're going so aggressive. I do think that they should start socketing down here, although there's not going to be, I guess maybe they're trying to control the pressure and keep it on the, oh, they're moving it out, and they set it on hold position, so the green team can't really do too much advancing on that bottom left island. Once again, I still would expect to see moneymakers already down there once they took the island, because that, you know, that's a huge advantage. The Carbon team now does have this top outpost under control. Nothing socketed in that socket. Moneymaker there on the left side for the green team. A fair unit cluster here. I'm not really sure what they're trying to get at besides defense with that unit cluster. I guess you could also eventually move out with it. NuclearPizza trying Broadside and Tangi trying to focus him down over his post, but it's kind of hard to do that. NuclearPizza trying to use the cliff as cover, but not able to kill anything. Gets chased away by Broadside in that Alpha Striker, and Tangi creating a pretty large unit cluster over there. A lot of units here at mid for the Carbon team. Oh, and I think now we are going to see a direct post fight. There hasn't really been one, to be honest, in this game so far, but Tangi is going to start pushing for the top. Turkleton is ferrying, and as that saucer, he will be able to do it pretty quickly. Oh, but he doesn't want to waste too much energy. He's going way over the top of the map to be able to do it. Oh, and a couple distraction jokers. They are going for the fort. They will create the the "you are being attacked" sound, and Broadside actually able to finish off. One of the tanks here. And this will probably be in Green Team's favor. It's just Turk coming over here, whereas NuclearPizza, he did get killed, but he was also doing kind of like more outpost maintenance and defense, whereas Turk was the only one moving units up to the top. Tangi did a push, so you kind of save time moving like that. The Green Team, the Carbon team could have kind of pushed if Turk just stationed a couple units up here and started to move them out on capture. I guess that was an option. The Carbon team now starting to move out. Tangi does scout that immediately. So are they going for attack or are they going for capture? I think they're going for attack, and they are probably going in for the kill. And the Green team is they're not really close to their unit cap, but the dramatic difference in units is pretty dramatic. I keep using the same words over and over again. I guess I could say the dramatic difference in units is crazy. I don't know. Either way, but with I think this is going to be it, guys. I think this is going to be it. There was a lot of tanks here, and Tangi and Broadside don't really have that much support. This is literally an all-in by Memento Mori. If the Winged Walrus team can hold this off, I think this will actually pretty much swing the favor of the entire game in their favor. I keep repeating the same words over and over again, but if this doesn't work, if this does not get the kill on the Green fort, then I think this will actually turn into Green's game. Less than half their fort health left, but less than half of the Carbon tanks are left as well. Oh man, the Turkleton and NuclearPizza really need to start microing, getting surrounded. They want to get this kill. The defense is pretty substantial, and the Green team will probably be able to hold this off. Obviously you're gonna smell counter push at this point, and Memento Mori has nothing left at the mid. Oh man, when was this sent out? I am so blind out. Memento Mori has to defend against this, and Tangi and Broadside are almost okay. Yeah, it's counter push coming out. The mid will go into their control. I know I'm calling that a little early, but it's pretty. I'm almost 100% sure that's gonna happen. NuclearPizza does drop a couple tanks down in defense, but the counter push so effective. Lots of tanks here. Where is Tangi actually? Tangi is gonna support with a couple of jokers in support. He's gonna try to use patrolling jokers as distraction fire for those tanks to approach, although they're not actually there yet. He stopped them on hold position. So I guess he kind of did a scout, determined no, that's not enough units to do that, and now Broadside. Broadside is also supporting the okay, now Tangi is now reallocating his tanks to defend the right side. I guess they don't want to, give up the unit advantage that they have right now. It's 50 to 63. They are ahead, although it's not by that much. They have two outposts. The two outposts in the corner. Mimo only has the middle. So at this point, we do have that's an interesting unit cluster. They turned this into a unit cluster. They spread them out, I guess, because they don't want it to be so vulnerable to AoE, and Turk killing Broadside on the way out. That saucer fire is very, very, very good now. I think their piercing went up, so their overall DPS for the most part went up versus most things, and I think that does include mechs. And at this point, it's 61 to 64. So, if I were the Green team, I might have just went with the complete counter push. And now we do have NuclearPizza and Turkleton starting to move out. A little bit at a time. Not going to do a complete push. The Carbon team does have a lunchbox out though, so they are okay. Or the Green team does have a lunchbox out, so they are okay for now. They don't really have to worry about drops, even though their health is really low. As long as they respond to it pretty timely, they should be okay. And at this point, I don't know, the advantage, I would still give it to Memento Mori because they do have that middle outpost, although Tangi now distracting will be responded to pretty quickly. Turkleton gonna be able to blink over here very fast. Lots of flamers actually. Why aren't they moving in? Oh, because it's still a little bit under the control. What does Broadside and Tangi have in queue? Broadside has 3 tanks. Tangi has a couple of jokers and a lot of flamers. They haven't been able to take the control of this left outpost, and Turk and NuclearPizza are kind of on the ropes here. Oh man, Broadside really low on health actually, really needs to get behind that outpost. NuclearPizza out of energy, not going to be able to spam rockets to actually kill Broadside on the ground, and now Mimo is now Mimo, I would put them behind after losing this close outpost. The income difference is going to be pretty dramatic at this point. And they don't really have that many units at mid anymore. Oh, did they move them out? They kind of did. It's so strange, but we do have a little bit dropped here by the green team. Oh, and now they are going with the drop win. Oh man, they can actually win this. The green team needs to start doing fort defense if they want to actually hold this. Yeah, but they haven't hit their unit cap quite yet. It's 86 to 99. They still have room for about 15 upkeep. Turk now just going for the left close instead, but honestly they might, if they do good coordinated drops, Memento Mori might be able to take this. They still have the mid under their control, so they are not that far away from the green fort at this point. Now Tangi sending Jokers will probably try to get this outpost neutralized, which is probably the right decision at this point. And honestly, I could probably just defer to Tangi's judgment. Oh, and I think Broadside sending from the right, lots of tanks, but it's not really going to approach the mid very well. They might be just sending them on attack. Oh, they have sent all of their defenses at not the defenses, but this unit cluster here for this middle outpost. NuclearPizza does take a quick scout to the right, but lots of green units moving around on the field, and Turk desperately trying to get anything killed, but does get killed by a Longhorn here, and NuclearPizza gets killed by Tangibility as well. And now there's a lot of tanks heading for this carbon fort, and there is nothing defending but 2 tanks, and they are Gemini against Longhorn. It's not really going to be that good. The tanks are being softened up a little bit by a couple of stray carbon units, but these Jokers leading the way. That's not really that significant, but I said it anyway. And lots of tanks now. Broadside is going to start to get us around. I would expect a little bit more pressure to go down as well. Maybe even more sending. Well, they kind of, I don't know if you can really call this an all-in push, but there's a pretty good units around. The carbon fort health is going down at a pretty steady rate. And if you just look at the map control, it's now very, very green. Turkleton and NuclearPizza are really, really far behind at this point. They only have that top outpost under their control. Tangi and Broadside doing incredibly effective strategic moves, you know, going for this cheese. That was a great scout, a great read by whoever decided to make that cheese drop, and you know, that push from NuclearPizza and Turk didn't really work the way that they wanted it to. Obviously, at first, I thought it was going to work because the green fort had pretty much nothing, but it was scouted so early, and now these Longhorn are probably just going to be all finished off, but the last outpost will go to green's control, I would assume, because there's so many units now surrounding it. Turk with his death ray getting finished off on the ground by Tangi. And this last outpost, this last bastion of hope for Memento Mori in this game is going to be, well, neutralized. There you go. And the Fort Turtle will kind of begin, but you know, with the new domination damage mechanic, all the green team has to do is take that top outpost and you know, hold it for long enough. And at this point, even it's 87 to 33. The you know, the carbon team is way above their unit cap. Well, enough above their unit cap so that they can't really mount too much of an offense. Probably have to start going with defense. What choice are they going to do, though? I don't think they're going to have an even opportunity to make a choice because we already have a green tank push, a pretty substantial one. NuclearPizza now does see it. If Turk and NuclearPizza knew that this was coming, they might have just stayed at the fort for defense and you know, a complementary counter push. But Tangibility killing NuclearPizza there. Turk does start to defend. What does Turk have in his build queue? Nothing. He's just going to drop for more death ray. Does he have abduct? He only has level 2 abduct, and now the tank push is here. Tangi and Broadside putting so much pressure on this fort at this point, and honestly, I'm dramatically exaggerating because they have the entire map controlled, so this is pretty much an inevitability. And now Tangi getting pretty good surround. Broadside is here to support as well. NuclearPizza and Turkleton do not, well, this is going to be GG. Lots of tanks, lots of action, lots of pushing, and that is it. Team Winged Walruses take game 1 of the final match. 1 game to go for Team Winged Walruses, but do not count Memento Mori out yet. They have insane strategies, insane skill, and I would probably say, in terms of, you know, manipulating the game as a whole, they are probably the smartest team out there right now. So that was game 1, guys. Stay tuned for game 2 of the finals.